Right now, we'd like to welcome our special guests, two members from Swedish House Mafia, Steve Angello and Axwell. Hey, grabbar.
Hey. Thanks.
I'm a very proud Swede at the moment because I'm so excited for all of their success, and wanted to say congratulations to you on One, and from Miami to Ibiza. And if we start talking about One, you've had a huge success with this single. It went straight into #1 on Beatport. It's been played by every DJ. And then you added Pharrell and a vocal to the song shortly after it came out. How did that come about? And why him?
Well, I mean, we've been a fan of his for a long time, since like the first Neptunes things, and it just happened because Steve and Seb was in Australia playing at a festival, and they managed to hook up with him there. That was like 2 years ago or something.
Something like that.
And then they recorded not on this song but something else, and then that a cappella just laid around. And when we were working on One, we were like, but that a cappella with Pharrell, how about that? And then we kind of
made it.
We made it fit together, and we liked the contrast, because most of the time when you record a track and then you record a vocal for the track, you might not get the same interest in contrasts as you can when you take something that normally wouldn't fit together and make them fit together. So that's what's really nice about that.
Oh, okay. And why One? Like, what does One mean? Because your new album is called Until One. So
One was the first single, the first official Swedish House Mafia single.
Okay.
As just Swedish House Mafia. We've done stuff previously with Laidback Luke and so on.
Right. Like Leave the World Behind is really credited maybe to the Swedish House Mafia, even though Laidback Luke was a member of that too.
But it was the first Swedish House Mafia single.
Okay. So for us, Leave the World Behind was like a #1 song for 2009, and I remember talking to you guys about that in the beginning of the year. Now here we are almost a year later, and the things that have happened since then are just amazing. Like the Winter Music Conference, the Ultra Music Festival in Miami. How was that?
Unbelievable.
You like that? It was good, huh?
Unbelievable. We had an amazing year. It's been a dream come true on all stages of the whole year. It's been amazing.
It's not even. I don't think that we could even dream about.
No.
What happened this year. I don't think that we ever expected things to happen the way that they did, and
the single's been top #1 on all European single charts.
And now the
album is #1 in like half of Europe, and
Are you getting some respect in Sweden finally?
Yeah, because
it's getting there.
Our album is #1 on iTunes. Before all the artists that are on the morning couches every day. We are #1 there, and that's like a big thing for us. Sweden is where we come from, and I could never have dreamed of that, because Sweden has a very specific musical taste when it comes to actually buying records. Then you have your dance band thing.
I would never expect it.
That's what kind of albums you buy. And now we are there, so it's like, wow, are we now a dance band? Or
it's Svensk dansband.
You say dance band, or it's dance band.
So the third person missing today is Sebastian Ingrosso. And all three of you have had solo careers leading up to this point. So how did you decide to become a trio and work together as the Swedish House Mafia? And how did you get that name? Was that a nickname to begin with, or?
I don't even remember anymore.
Okay.
I say different stories every time somebody asks me. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's one of those. It just happened. We were hanging out, and now we just decided to focus on it for the last.
Yeah, because it was always there. We known each other for a long time, and we worked together. Like me and Steve did a track called Supermode Tell Me Why back in the day, and me and Sebastian did together, and Steve and Sebastian have done lots of tracks. So the Swedish House Mafia first was something that people called us unofficially.
Mm-hmm.
Just the fact that we were hanging out together, and then it sort of slowly
developed.
Yeah, developed.
And then we developed it into a show.
And we like Steve said, we decided, okay, let's take it serious. And then when we took it serious, that's when hell broke loose.
Okay. So now, do you feel maybe that the Swedish House Mafia has become a thing of its own, and this thing is becoming bigger than the individual parts that make it up?
I mean, if you think about it, it's 3 guys. If you add 3 guys, it's usually get
yeah.
So,
makes sense.
It's it's
It would be weird if
Yeah.
I mean,
it's huge.
Right.
because it consists of us, so it's kind of hard to compare it though. I mean, you know, it's like is Swedish House Mafia bigger than Axwell? Yeah, it is, but also I am Swedish House Mafia, so it's like
A little confusing.
yeah, it's like, you know, it's not the competition.
We're still not drummer, guitars, and
yeah.
I'm still not the drummer in the band, which is good.
Right. Okay, now you have a documentary out and a soundtrack to the documentary. What's in the documentary?
Everything until the documentary. It's about us. It's about what we do. It's about everything surrounding us. It's shit shows, good shows.
Filmed
It's
over like a
moments,
year,
It's weird
or
moments. It's fun. It's humor.
okay,
It's everything.
Yeah, it's like I like to say it's a kind of a mixture between a documentary and a Family Guy episode.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of, it's like, you know, you watch Family Guy and
All of
it's
it, yeah.
funny. It doesn't make sense, but then in the end, it actually makes sense.
right.
So
It's like Modern Family
That's
with
how
Swedes.
That's how
did.
Christian did.
Christian
You know,
did
it's
it,
like
yeah.
you wonder what's happening, but then
Right.
it's funny, and then it actually makes sense. And in the end, you're like, wow, that actually made sense.
Christian Larsson, he's the director. So what had you done before, Christian, before you did this?
I've been directing some music videos, commercials, and working closely with another Swedish director on bigger productions as an editor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was it your idea to do the documentary, or?
Yeah, it was my idea from the beginning, but it sort of evolved between us three when we started doing some filming. And us four,
We didn't plan it.
No, it wasn't really planned. It was more of a started filming and doing some shorter stuff, and then we basically just said,
Then you
let's
call me
make
9
a film.
a.m. and say, you know what? We have a documentary here. Watch it.
Yeah, we kind of did.
Yeah, it kind of crept on us.
Yeah.
You know,
We
was
didn't have a
always there
choice.
Filming. He was
Okay.
always there filming. We were like, yeah, what's up, what's up? And then, yeah, like you say, it was.
Very
It's
good.
not like we said, okay, let's book 300
So it's
shows.
not so much staged stuff.
You know,
there.
and
Right,
then
it was
let's
a lot
book
more
300
improv.
shows. Here's the manuscript. Let's do a documentary.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's everything.
Good forward thinking there, Christian.
Yeah,
Jättebra.
jättebra.
Okay, so the soundtrack is it a double mix CD? Yeah.
No, it's a
Single mix.
Yeah.
Single mix.
but it's as many it's as many tracks that it would be on a
Double.
double.
Right, that's why I was
It's
asking.
everything until one.
It's kind
Okay.
of high tempo. It's a bit like, you know, it actually makes sense when you think about it. It's an album, Swedish House Mafia, and Swedish House Mafia consists of us. So it's a couple of Swedish House Mafia songs, and then it's
Individual
a lot of
songs.
our old solo tracks that never was on an album.
Right.
So we're like, that makes sense because we consist of each other. Let's put all our songs and make one album.
Yeah.
And then there's, you know, some edits and bootlegs and stuff that we played throughout the last 1 or 2 years that's been great that people haven't been able to get hold of before.
Right.
So it's a way of like giving people something to
So to
remember us by.
so to clarify again, the name of the mix CD is
Until one.
Until One, and the name of the documentary is
Take one.
Take one.
Take One. Okay.
And
very
Take
good.
One is something that Tinie Tempah says in the
Miami to Ibiza.
the Miami to Ibiza video and song. And Miami to Ibiza is actually the time span that Take One is take place during. And also one is made
So it's kind of
during
professor
Take One. And
stuff
so
going
it's
on.
like, you have to map it all out, and it will show you a magical symbol when you draw all the lines in between everything.
It's a big star.
But Miami to Ibiza is the follow-up to One, and featuring Tinie Tempah, who's not really known here in America yet, but is huge in Europe. Who is he, and where did you find him?
Well,
we
like you
bumped
said,
into
he's
him.
huge in Europe.
Yeah.
No, I mean we had 2 shows in London last year, and
Brixton, right?
and we sort of whenever we do shows, we try and book some studio time because we don't get to meet
Yeah.
up that much. So we were there and we just
Bumped into him in the
Yeah.
office of EMI, over
Yeah.
the Virgin
Should
office.
come down,
And then we said,
you know?
let's hit the studio tomorrow.
Okay.
And that was done.
Okay. Wow.
And then the whole timing thing has been amazing because obviously he's done some amazing solo stuff, and it all came together really well. You know, the time with that and our track, and he came to Ibiza to our shows, and
It's been going really
Yeah.
smooth. Everything's just been happening.
it's been fun. It's been
yeah,
like,
it's been a lot of fun.
you know, that's the great thing about this whole journey for us. It's been it seems so incredibly well planned and thought through, but we couldn't think this through. You know?
Why not?
No, because it's too good and thought through to be thought through. If you know what I mean.
Okay.
It's like it's just coincidences and luck,
Okay.
and just.
Well, a lot of talent on your
manager is
guys'.
going to kill us now when I said that. You know, it's just luck.
Yeah.
It's like, no, but I was working alone.
I know how you guys prepare and how you guys work, and you know you guys all do great work. And if you didn't have all the music when you show up at your events to play, the crowd would not get that excited. So let's not downplay like Size and Refune and Axtone
No,
records.
the way it's all kind of been
mixed.
fitting together up till one, and it's just been. Sometimes it's like Swedish House Mafia. If we would have been three strange guys saying, "Yo, should we build a group called Swedish House Mafia?" That would never have.
Right.
It has to be kind of something that
Organically.
grows up from nothing. So
Okay.
that was my whole point.
That's pretty amazing.
So you spoke a little bit about Ibiza. This was your second summer in Ibiza.
I have to go.
Okay.
Have a good interview.
Okay, thank you, Steve. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Tack. Glömde du telefonen?
Nej,
Okay.
jag har 2-3 stycken här.
Okay.
We've got 10 minutes until we have to.
Okay, no problem. Vi syns senare. So maybe I can just continue, then we can talk about that.
You got it.
How we doing, Christian? Everything good? Joe?
Christian, can you be standing?
He's there. He's typing stuff.
I'm here. Typing up the
Ready?
So you spoke about a... Should we continue now?
Yeah.
Cool.
So you spoke about Ibiza a little bit, and I know this is your second summer in Ibiza, right? So explain what that means and what you guys do there, and tell us about the Masquerade Motel.
Well, I mean, Ibiza is kind of the center of partying in Europe during the summer, and it consists of the best party people from every country. You know, the craziest people from America come there, the craziest people from France come there. It's all the best people from all around the world, and they all gather there. And we play in Pasha, obviously, every Monday. It started last year, like you said, Dark Forest was called, and this year Masquerade Motel, which is kind of a Eyes Wide Shut theme, but more on steroids. You know,
Okay.
it's like you check into this Masquerade Motel and you can be whoever you want to be, put your mask on and go crazy with us in the club, you know. So, you know, Swedish House Mafia rules the night with the music, and we have some guests. We had everybody from Benny Benassi to Kylie Minogue to Tinie Tempah came and performed a song. So, you know, it's been like just crazy. I think 18 Mondays we've been there, you know, in this.
Wow.
You have to really be there to experience the rawness and the sweatiness that takes place in Ibiza. You know, it's like, for example, we start at 4, play till 7.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
So
Wow.
in the morning.
I think that we have a little footage of Tinie Tempah performing his song with you guys
yeah.
in Ibiza.
Yeah. That was great to have him there. You know, it's great to have your own night and be able to decide what you want to happen
Right.
that night.
Okay, before we leave Ibiza, set it up for me. It's 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
What does it look like? How many people are there? What's the vibe in the club like? And who played before
Well,
4 a.m.?
Well, actually, how does it start? I mean, obviously it's packed. It's been kind of sold out 2 weeks in advance, and people can't get in because it's so packed and it's warm. And we come in through this hole in the ground. You know, Pasha is a rather old place. It started out small, I think, back in the 60s, and then they sort of made it bigger each year. So it's a bit like, some walls there. It's not one big open space. So you have to go through tunnels and stuff to get to the DJ booth. And then we come there, put on the CO2, the fireworks, and whole hell breaks loose. And then it's just a full-on hedonistic party fueled show until 7 when we have to stop. And then we go and have breakfast.
What a night. That's fantastic. So how was Electric Daisy Carnival for you? You were part of an event here in Los Angeles that set a record. Over 2 days, on a Friday and a Saturday, they had 185,000 electronic dance music fans show up. You guys were there headlining on Friday. Did you have a good time? How does that feel?
That was insane. I mean, we came a little bit early to see how it looked during the daytime, and obviously it's the biggest place that we have ever been. This whole stadium, I was like, so how are they gonna find people for this whole place? It looked so big when you saw it from from above. And as the sun went down, it started to fill up really nicely, and when we played, it was just insane. When you play for a lot of people like that, and you get shit right, there's a lot of people that show you that you got shit right.
All right.
So it feels a lot. I had to stand back and kind of pinch my arm a little bit, because that was the best experience, for by far, in terms of how big it was. And the timing for us was great, because people, just started to catch on to one as well. So when we played that, it was
ridiculous.
It was scary. It was just like adrenaline rush for sure. I mean, it was one of my best gigs for sure.
Yeah, it was also the most played song during the festival over the 2
heard
days.
We heard it everywhere.
Right.
We were like, what? Who's playing before? No, it's another tent.
Yeah, there's Benny Benassi over there playing Congo rocker.
Yeah, so
very cool.
That means people like it, I guess.
So, do you have any words of wisdom for the young kids? There was also a tragedy involved here. There was a girl that died because she ate ecstasy, and
Can you die from ecstasy?
I don't know, but I think that what happened to her is that she drank too much water, and then all the water in her body actually is what ended up killing her. And then,
or maybe she didn't drink water.
Reports say that she did.
Yeah? Can you die from drinking water?
I think maybe you drink too much.
Shit.
I didn't know how to do that either, but and I guess there's maybe still questions about what the girl did. I was thinking more if you had any words of wisdom, having been to a lot of festivals all over the world, played all over the world. The young kids there looking up to you as like their big hero. Do you have any advice for them? Something you could tell them
to not get killed?
Yeah, or to take better care of themselves.
Well, I think that I'm sure that this girl didn't plan to get killed,
Right.
I think that it's very unlucky when you try stuff that you don't know. I mean, it's just you should. I think that people should think about their life, and that it's more fragile than you think. Life. I mean, when you're young, it's very easy to think that you are that you're never gonna die, because you don't think about it that much. It's just. And it's very easy to try drugs, and everybody else is doing it, and so I'm not the best role model to give advice for taking care of yourself, but I think that just try and keep your common sense as close to you as possible, and listen to your body, I guess, and
try to take care of yourself. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, thank you for answering that question for me. So let's get back to the mix CD, the album Until One, the soundtrack for Take One. So there's a lot of songs in there, and so how was the whole thing put together? Was it all three of you DJing it together, or did you put it together as a project in the studio?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of based around how our sets are done, when we play. So we kind of had that fresh in mind when we sat down in the studio and laid it out how we wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't live mixed as such.
Okay.
But it was made from how we normally do it.
Okay. And what are your roles, the three of you, when you're up there performing? We see you at EDC. We're back. We see three guys up there with the pumping it in the air. So what do you actually do up there?
We obviously we take turns on playing music, and then the other guys are mixing in acapellas and tools, and deciding what song is next, and we communicate the whole time on what to do. And
do you ever disagree? Like, nah, I don't want to play that song.
Yeah, but it's kind of, we're open to disagree. If we kind of have an idea, let's play that. But then if somebody says something, everybody trust that guy to have thought that through. Mm-hmm. So if I say no, let's keep that song, let's play that later, we take this one first, then people then the Steve and Sebastian will say yes, because they would understand that I've had a little bit of moment to think about it.
Right.
Because
Okay.
sometimes when you're up in the middle of mixing a cappella, looping a track and putting a tool on, maybe you're not thinking about the
overall
Yeah.
whole bigger picture.
so that's kind of, we take turns in that.
Right. Okay.
And obviously then it's just a mess. That's kind of the idea.
Okay.
Then obviously it's just one big party mess as well. So
Right.
we just go loose, we just go loose.
Okay. Now that we have you here, Axwell, I'm a big fan of yours, a big fan of your label, Axtone Records. A couple of my biggest songs this year have been Nothing But Love and your remix of Teenage Crime.
Yeah.
And so how did Teenage Crime come together? You work with two more Swedes there, right? Adrian
Yeah.
and Lex is also Swedish, and Henrik B.
Yeah, I mean, I got sent this track, I think, almost 2 years ago, and I was like, I really like the vibe of this track, I really like the voice and the mood that the track has, and also the lyrics. I think it says something, but then again, what does it say? It's like you wanna sing to it, but it could mean so many things. So I was like, I want this track, and most of the time when I sign a track, I do a remix, something that I want to play, try and make it not better but different. And so it took me a long time to get it where I wanted to get it, because I did one mix first, tried it out, wasn't really happy, and then I sort of left the track a little bit, and then Henrik was like, so what's happening with this Teenage Crime track? You want to do something together? I'm like, yeah, sure. And so we did this remote together, and I played it out, did some tweaks, and it's been a really nice track this summer.
Yes, it turned out to be a gigantic hit.
Yeah. It was nice to. It was a nice combination, that piano with the vocal and a little bit of trance in there.
Okay, yeah, very, very good. And Nothing But Love, also a big hit.
Yeah. I mean, that's also. Every track I do, I try to make it stick out as something special. The Teenage Crime track is a special Teenage Crime track, and then Nothing But Love is the whole. That's the love track for
Right,
me.
okay.
So.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, thank you very much for talking
you,
with
man.
us, Axwell. It's
Thank
great. I'm a very proud Swede again.
Thank
Really
you.
excited about your music that you're making. I'm looking forward to get more from you so I can
We
continue
will
to
do
play
that.
it.
We will do that. We
That's
will
good.
continue to make you proud, I hope.
Okay, I'm sure you will. Thank you again. Tack ska du ha.
Tack.